So, Israel has staged an incredible attack in Lebanon against the members of the group Hezbollah. Now, this attack started Tuesday with the explosion of pagers. If you're not familiar with a pager, it's a communication device where people can receive messages or beeps indicating that someone is trying to contact them. So these pagers they were originally thought to be suffering from a meltdown of the lithium ion batteries, which in and of itself would have been bad. But in actuality, the Israeli operatives were able to get small amounts of explosives into these devices and then detonate them remotely. They did this after they sent a message to the pagers to make sure that the Hezbollah members would be picking them up and looking at them. This caused at least 12 deaths and about 2,500 injuries, serious injuries. Then, on Wednesday, they detonated the walkie-talkies that Hezbollah was using. Again, sending messages out or some kind of communication, making people pick it up and look at it, and then boom, off again, killing another 14 people and injuring another 450. It's unclear how the Israelis were able to get the explosives into these devices, but what's clear is that they did do it. Hezbollah immediately claimed that it was Israel, and Israel accepted responsibility. They said, yeah, that was us. We haven't seen anything like this before. This is pretty crazy. For any of you who don't know, Hezbollah is a group that is kind of partnered with the government of Lebanon, and one of their stated goals is to destroy Israel. And they often launch rockets into Israel and have, border raids, things like that. They are a sworn enemy of Israel and of the Jewish people, and so it's not surprising that the Israelis have targeted them, especially with the events in Gaza, as well as the previous conflict in Syria. Hezbollah is aligned with Iran, Hamas, and a number of other groups that are operating inside Syria that have been there since the civil war began I think it's over 10 years now. In any case, this is pretty crazy. Just the ability for Israel to have this much of a reach and be this effective and to be able to strike twice in succession, it just shows just a level of capability and planning that was just not expected and that Hezbollah just doesn't have. Hezbollah does have a fairly strong military. They were able to defend Lebanon against Israeli incursions back in 2006, to the point where Israel had to stop the war because it was too costly for them in terms of casualties and equipment. So what happens next? We don't really know. Some are speculating that this is the precursor to another Israeli invasion into Lebanon to try to destroy Hezbollah. There's still operations going on in Gaza, so I'm not so sure that that's going to be the case. Furthermore, like I said before, Israel tried this some years ago, and they were not very successful at all. It was a bit of an embarrassment for Israel, so I think that they would be very hesitant to actually commit forces to an invasion, though I am expecting more attacks like these to occur, certainly strengthening up of the border and responding to any attacks that come across the border from Hezbollah, but I don't think it will be a ground invasion like we saw years ago. As this story develops, we will continue to give coverage. For Englebrook Independent News, I'm Ryan Metz. Don't forget to subscribe.